victory lap though. Whoa, whoa, they ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came through the front door. Ask me if I should overcome, what for? Train in the trees, please pardon my sycamore. Touch burning sands, crosslands and stormy shore seasons in the year, yeah. Ain't no channel for champions and chain no fear. Yep, the champ is here, switch gears. We keeping haters in the rear. At the blood, sweat and tears and my goal so near. I see my
Welcome back, YouTube. Not put out for a while, have I again? I'm a nightmare. So back into the world of Dave's Milling Projects. Should quickly show you, obviously a few of you know I've got this, a few don't. But I needed a tow vehicle, finally got rid of my recovery truck, so I bought a Defender. So quickly show you that now. And today I'm going to be fitting some new seats. So here she is, look, the old girl. I'll put the Puma bonnet on. We'll get that fitted at some point. She's rolling on 20s. Again, I'll put them on, I'll put mud flaps on and all the bits and bobs. It has got a new shape bulkhead and dash. So, yeah, these are the factory seats. You can see she's a bit threadbare. So, typical Defender. I want to get these changed because they're horrible. So I'm going to show you what we've got. So these are the new seats. So these are Vauxhall Corsa VXR Recaro seats. Now, they're based on a Recaro Sportster CS. So if you look on, say, Recaro Solutions, they actually fit these into all their Defenders. They do retrim them, but they are based on these, and so do Urban Automotive. So, because they are Recaro Sportster CS, you can actually unbolt the Corsa runners off the bottom and bolt any other runners on. So, say you could buy a set of these, you could go on to GSM in Nottingham website and order some runners for, say, a Golf and bolt them straight in a Golf. But obviously they don't do direct runners for a Defender. So if you own a Defender, you realise they bolt direct to the seat box, and the original seats are pretty low seats. So even if I was to modify the seat frames on these to fit, they're not really going to work. They're going to be too high. Means I'll be licking window. And I'm a bit of a window licker, I know that, before you all go in there, but it is what it is. So, I did my research, and I bought these. I'm just going to show you these now. Right on. So these are adapter rails. These have come from Urban Automotive, I think. Yes, we know it's a bit of steel and a bit of laser cut steel welded together, blah, 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 blah. But they do come with the bolts, and what these do allow you to do is unbolt the seat runners off the bottom of a Defender and bolt them direct to the bottoms of Recaros using the fitting kit in theory. So I've never done this and I'm not kind of sure how it goes. Obviously we're going to get this. The countersunk bolts are how you'll see how the Defender's bolted down, but they're a very nice made bit of kit. But like I said, they've come from Urban Automotive. A pair of seats, 144 quid. I gave £300 for the Corsa seats, which was a very good price. Half leathers normally range about £450 So you need to join on the Corsa websites. You'll pay a bit more for the full heated leather, but I didn't want the full heated leather. I was happy with just the half leather because I know what it's going to be like. I've had cars with full leather in summer. They're not nice. So gonna get these onto the table. Yeah, I lack some female supervision with no motorbike in the house, car seats all over. But I'm a bloke who lives on his own, so why not? it's what us blokes doing it. So yeah, let's have a look at these seats and get the Defender frames pulled out and see what we can strip. So at first glance, all the adapter rails for the Corsa is held on by these tucks. Obviously I'll pull the bar up to get to the bottom one, but there's one there and one here. So you probably just see through there. So I believe it's just a case of take this bottom runner off and see. But when I've seen, oh yeah, you can't really get them any lower because of a seat base, so they are pretty standard height. So I'm curious to actually see how high it does put it to a Defender, which I will. I'm going to do one at a time so I can basically show you that, you know, the comparison in heights to a standard set of Defender seats. So the Defender seats, they just lift up at the front and lift completely out. And they are bolted. You can see, look, this is why I want rid of the seats. This is all the foam coming out of the standard Defender seats. So at first look, I'm still not 100% sure how everything goes together, but till I get stuff stripped, it's not going to be apparent. So T45 for the Corsa bolts. I'll get that. So I can only presume that's how they go, but I can't get that in. Basically, I'd not be able to get these Allen keys in. So these must bolt to the Defender subframes first, then go in, and then I'm going to have to try my absolute hardest to get a nut in there. So that opens the base. This makes a bit more sense now. So with that pump, I can push that in and get a nut on. So I think the next plan of attack is, let's get that bolted on to the Defender runners. But they are extremely tight, these, so I think I'm gonna need an impact driver to get these out. So I'm using, guys, is one of these. So this is a snap-on impact driver. Don't use it very often, bought it brand new, but it's ideal because what it does, when you hit it, it shocks and twists. So what I do, put it in, put a little bit of pressure on. You see, that's took it straight out, not a problem, because I think if you just had a big screwdriver, you'd really struggle with these. Especially, well, maybe not, depending on how old your Defender is. These are obviously really old, tatty seats. So basically, guys, there's a couple of 30mm bolts on the side. You unbolt that, this side comes out and leaves that side slotted in. Pull the circlip off and that top slides out. That lets you get into that one, but you can only get through that one through that hole. Now I obviously can't get in with my tools, so I managed to put it in and get an extension on it. I have already took it off, so it should be all loose now, and that should take the tops, there we go, the Defender top frame off the runners. Now which leaves us this bit, I don't know, it feels like plastic, so I'm not sure if they knocked back, or guys, basically put your screwdriver in the back and twist under that tab and they'll just literally fall out. So that's a way to take them out. So again, that tab for that clip, you can see if I slide it, it always bottoms up. So you're going to have to knock that tab down. So there's a tab knocked down. So now all should line up, and in the kit we get new bolts when I can find where I put them down, but we do. So the bolts that Urban supply are 5mm, so we've just got to nip all these up. So I've just made error of, guys, is you can't get your bolt in for that. So what you have to do, loosen your rail, slot your bolt in, and then tighten your Allen key. So you need your top bolts. So you can see there now it's sat on. Now them bolts are a bit long, but I don't know, we'll see. They're the smallest ones I've got. So if I've got to cut them down, I'll have to cut them down. It is what it is, isn't it? So I'm going to chuck a couple of nuts on them and have a look at bottom. So I have cut them down, leaving just enough of a nylon, but I'd say 30mm. So if you want to buy them, I have nut and bolt. I have changed them. I've done away with standard coarser bolts. I've just used 30mm thread. Well, I've cut them down, but if you ordered 30mm M8 bolts with nylon nuts, they'll be fine. So that's them two in. Just need to bolt the bottom two. Decide whoever's messed about with this, whatever this spring does, I'm guessing it's for the seat belt. I'll probably cut all that shit off because I don't need it in my Defender. I'll just snip all that crap out way and then ratchet it down and bolt it in. So that's first one in. Now, Recaro do a low seat base CS. Well, this is obviously a high seat base. So they're bolted straight in, but they do sit a little high. Good if you're tall, because they'll give you a bit of position. Now my seats are backed. Let's have a look. You can see how much nicer they are sat in there. I'll drop this window to give you a better view, but I don't know if you can see there, it does sit, yeah, I mean that is jacked as low as it'll possibly go. So Recaro ones do close that gap because they use the aftermarket CS, while these are obviously a factory fit. Now I don't mind them personally, it sits alright. I've sat in my passenger seat, it does feel higher, but you are in a Defender, so we buy these because we do want to sit high. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a level across the cupboard, the armrest, and I'm going to take a measurement and see how much it raises you. You can see, look, the angle tilts you up at the front. So I don't know, maybe a couple of washers at the back would level it up, but then it's lifting the base of your bum up. You could get the seat further back in the passenger side by removing the bulkhead, which is my next job. So from bum to up with 22 centimeters. Now let's climb over and look at the factory Defender. 24 centimeters. So really it's only 2 centimeters higher, but I think what really is because it's tilting up at the front. So maybe when I take the bulkhead out, I will lift the Defender runners and put like a spacer, just so I will space the back up a bit, which will basically, so if you imagine like my wrists, the front of the seat, if I space it up at the back, it'll just level it up a little bit, and you'll still be high. you'll probably be technically a little bit higher, but you won't feel like you're reclining back, because the standard Defender seat do recline back, just maybe not as much as the Recaros. Get a picture of me sat in it just to give you an idea. So straight in, does fit all right. You can see, look, I'm, for example, 5'8", so I can't put this seat back any further for the bulkhead, so I'm putting a bulkhead remover kit. Not that I need it, because I'm a short arse. Just as a quick note, because obviously I'm flying through the second one because I know exactly what I'm doing, but just make sure it's easy, you see, to get them handed, because we've got the 2 bolts, so you could have that there and then it stick out. So make sure both adapters point in. The actual Recaro seat is narrower, the Defender base bolts are wider, so just bear that in mind. So that's them both fitted. I'll tell you what, they do look smart. So there was plenty of adjustment on the runners to go back, so but the runners stop against this lip. So what I would suggest, if you're a tall guy, is cut that lip, or put, like I said, put maybe a 25mm spacer or whatever the lip is. I sounded in this and put carpet kit in, but lift it over the lip and send it back. You've got plenty to go there, but even me at that, I'm full up to bulkhead, so I have got a bulkhead removal kit coming. But you don't think there's much there on the steering wheel. Now I can slide in because, like I said, I'm not that big, but for example, that's what I've got. It doesn't look like there's a lot, but let's fire the tractor up. I'll take her out of gear. I'm fine at that, and I don't feel like I'm sat too high. I kind of feel I'm about right. So overall, am I happy with these? Yeah, I am. Cheers guys, cheers for coming. Hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial, but yeah, first time obviously, since they don't come with any instructions, it is a bit, you know, to get your head round. But if you study this video and watch all the steps, you could fly through this. I mean, first one took me about an hour, maybe, yeah, I'd say about an hour, just because I'm fucking about with, you know, trying to video it for yous. But second one I did in 15 minutes, literally 15 minutes onto its rails. So yeah, cheers guys, don't forget to like and subscribe for probably more Land Rover videos. I've got my Mark II Escort coming back out, that's done. I have had a maiden voyage in that.
Yo, you want to see something cool? No? Well, I'm gonna do it anyway.
So I'll be touching on that and general crap, really, what I'm doing. So yeah, cheers guys, see you next time. Take it easy, enjoy your summer if I don't post anything in the meantime.